The Ford Mustang isn't just a car, it's a legend built on special editions that rewrote muscle car history. From the Shelby GT350 and GT500 that roared through racetracks, to the Boss 302's Trans Am Championship victory, to the mighty Boss 429's NASCAR Thunder, every edition carried Mustang's racing soul. And then came the Mach 1, blending performance and style to dominate streets across America. But how did these Mustangs survive the oil crisis, tighter regulations, and new rivals? This is the untold story of how Mustang, Shelby, Boss, and Mach 1 editions not only conquered their era, but also built a legacy that defines performance cars even today. Buckle up, because this journey is pure American muscle history. The Shelby Mustangs once saw 1970 Carroll Shelby's partnership with Ford created some of the most iconic Mustangs ever made. However, by 1970, the relationship was reaching its natural conclusion. Shelby Mustangs were becoming heavier and more luxurious, drifting away from their original racing-focused formula. Sales slowed as buyers looked elsewhere, and Ford realized it no longer needed Shelby branding to sell high-performance Mustangs. 1970 marked the last year of the original Shelby GT350 and GT500. Though their run was relatively short, the legacy of these cars was undeniable. They showed that the Mustang could dominate both the racetrack and the showroom. And even after their departure, Shelby's DNA remained woven into Mustang's identity. Boss 302 and Trans Am triumphed 1970 while the Shelby brand was exiting. The Boss 302 was reaching its peak, built specifically for Trans Am competition. The Boss 302 was engineered with a high-revving small block, lightweight construction, and razor-sharp handling. In 1970, it brought home the Trans Am Championship for Ford, cementing the Mustang's place in professional racing history. This victory wasn't just about trophies, it was about brand image. The Boss 302 proved that the Mustang could go head-to-head with Chevrolet's Camaro Z28 and Pontiac's Firebird Trans Am, solidifying Ford's dominance in the pony car wars. Even today, the Boss 302 is remembered as one of the finest handling Mustangs of its era. Boss 429, a NASCAR homologation icon. The Boss 429 was never designed for drag strips or everyday streets. It was built with one goal: NASCAR domination. With its massive semi-Hemi 429 cubic inch V8, the Boss 429 was a rolling homologation special. In total, fewer than 1,400 units were produced, making it one of the rarest Mustangs ever. While not as balanced as the Boss 302, its sheer engineering ambition made it a legend. NASCAR fans knew it was Ford's secret weapon, and collectors today pay astronomical prices for surviving Boss 429s. Its limited production, raw power, and racing connection ensure that the Boss 429 remains one of the most talked about special editions in Mustang history. Mach 1, a sales and cultural success 1970s. While the Shelby and Boss Mustangs were designed with racing in mind, the Mach 1 was built for the masses. Introduced in 1969, it became wildly popular throughout the early 1970s, offering buyers a perfect mix of aggressive styling and multiple engine options. By 1970, the Mach 1 had outsold both the GT and Shelby models combined. Its matte black hood, bold stripes, and shaker scoop gave everyday drivers the thrill of owning a muscle car without the racing price tag. The Mach 1 became a symbol of attainable performance, capturing the imagination of young buyers who wanted something bold, stylish, and fast. Even during the difficult mid-1970s oil crisis, the Mach 1's name carried enough weight to keep the Mustang brand relevant in showrooms. Challenges of the 1970s, regulations, and oil crisis. As the 1970s progressed, the golden era of muscle cars began to fade. The 1973 oil crisis forced automakers to rethink performance. Gas prices spiked, government emissions regulations tightened, and insurance companies cracked down on high-performance cars. For the Mustang, this meant smaller engines, reduced compression ratios, and declining horsepower. The raw, fire-breathing nature of Shelby GT500s and Boss 429s gave way to tamer versions. Still, special editions like the Mach 1 managed to survive by emphasizing style and versatility over raw speed, while the Mustang to 1974 to 1978 shifted focus toward economy and practicality. The legacy of the Boss, Shelby, and Mach 1 lived on in enthusiasts' memories, keeping the fire of performance alive. Pop culture, Mustang and Hollywood. If racetracks were one battlefield, Hollywood was another. The Mustang had already starred in movies like Bullitt 1968. But the Mach 1 cemented its fame in the 1971 movie Diamonds Are Forever with James Bond. These appearances kept the Mustang relevant in the public eye, reinforcing its identity as more than just a car. It was a cultural icon. The special editions, especially the Shelby and Mach 1, added layers of legend that Hollywood was eager to embrace. Long-term legacy of Mustang Special Editions. Though the 1970s saw the decline of raw muscle performance, the foundation built by the special editions of the 1960s ensured Mustang survival. The Shelby GT350 and GT500 proved the Mustang could dominate in racing. The Boss 302 and Boss 429 showed Ford's engineering ambition, winning championships and respect. The Mach 1 gave everyday Americans access to muscle car excitement. These additions influenced not just their era, but the future. Modern Mustangs like the Shelby GT350R, GT500, and Mach 1 revival directly trace their DNA back to these legends. Collectors still chase after original Shelbys, Bosses, and Mach 1 South, with auctions fetching record prices. More importantly, they continue to inspire generations of enthusiasts who see Mustang not just as a car, but as a symbol of performance, freedom, and American spirit. Conclusion: from Shelby's racing dominance to the Boss Mustang's championship wins and the Mach 1's cultural triumph, the special editions of the 1960s and 1970s ensured that the Mustang was more than just another car. Even during difficult times, they gave the Mustang an identity that carried it through decades of change. Their stories are not just chapters in automotive history, they are proof that passion, innovation, and style can create legends. And in the world of American muscle cars, few legends shine brighter than the Mustang, Shelby, Boss, and Mach 1.